now is 11 p.m. and we begin with the three top stories. Warmer and drier days forecasted in MUKAH. Skilling up youth today's for tomorrow. An OPR hike equals to financial strain. Those are the headlines for tonight. Assalamualaikum and a very good evening. You're now watching TVS Nightline. MUKAH is expected to register a maximum daily temperature of 35 to 37 degrees Celsius for at least 3 consecutive days. Met Malaysia Sarawak Director Khairul Najib Ibrahim said the area is now experiencing level 1 hot weather warning with caution. Thus, he advised the residents of MUKAH, especially those exposed to hot environment, to be alert of the heat stroke warning. According to him, guidelines has been issued by the Ministry of Health to reduce outdoor activities as well as to pick suitable fabric to wear during the day. Heat stroke is a life-threatening condition that happens when your body temperature rises above 40 degrees Celsius. It is usually the result of overexertion of hot and humid conditions. If untreated, heat stroke can lead to organ failure, a coma, or death. The overnight policy rate OPR revision by Bank Negara Malaysia BNM by 25 basis points to 3% will leave the public even more financially strained. In a survey conducted by TVS in Kuching, many expressed unease with their day-to-day lives possibly affected by the increase of interest rate.
University lecturer Kevin Keegan expressed worry after coming to terms with the announcement yesterday.
Membebankan sebab kita dah plan dah financial kita bayar bulan-bulan macam ni. So bilanya setiap kali berubah. So kita akan agak risau lah, ada ekonomi sebagus juga.
Kevin added that some people would likely need to take on multiple jobs to stay afloat.
Macam tu kayaknya. So kena plan ada alternatif lah, mungkin cari job lain ke ataupun be more kreatif lah, cari cara guna duit supaya ngam-ngam betul-betul lah, cukup untuk ia lah.
Meanwhile, for Benedict Das, a private worker, said Malaysians are still recovering from the COVID-19 pandemic. And the OPR hike means hard times for those tight on budget.
Most of us lost our savings due to the COVID. And as of now, most of us don't even have savings. I would safely say that. We're just going from day to day. And a sudden hike or even a steady hike at such a small amount of time is not good for anybody.
For retiree O Tai Hui, the increasing amount of money needed to pay back monthly commitments reduced the people's spending power.
A little bit away, whether it's 100 ringgit, 50 ringgit, it affects our spending power, especially now with the level of inflation. As you see every day, you are in the coffee shop, kopitiam, everything has gone up a lot, you know.
However, hopes that the financial burden can be eased if the inflation is addressed properly.
I think staff, all of us, I believe, have erosion, depreciation of our ringgit buying power. Hopefully, I think if the government is able to manage inflation at this interest rate, still not so bad. Hopefully, the ringgit can strengthen a little bit more.
On Thursday, BNM announced that it had decided to increase the overnight policy rate, OPR, by 25 basis points to 3%. This brings the latest benchmark interest rate to the pre-pandemic level of 3%, which was last seen on November 5, 2019.
Now, over 1,500 participants are expected to take part in the upcoming Sri Aman Gawai Dayak procession on May 20th this year. The event promises to be an even more spectacular display of culture and community, reflecting the unique heritage of the Dayak people following a successful harvest season.
Persatuan Penggerak Komuniti Sri Aman RPKS organising chairperson Maraja Ngumbang said that the 2.2-kilometre procession will feature participants wearing their colourful traditional costumes right after a miring and gendang pampat ceremony. Deputy Premier Dato' Amar Douglas Uga Embas is expected to officiate the event. The procession also aims to showcase and preserve the Dayak culture and traditions while promoting racial harmony and unity. The first Seri Aman Gawai Dayak procession was held on May 27, 2017, with 1,000 participants and organized by the Seri Aman District Community Leaders Association.
Nurses in Sarawak are facing numerous challenges due to the shortages of medical professionals in the region, especially in the rural areas. Deputy Premier Datuk Seri Dr. Sim Kuhian said, despite the limitation and challenges, the nurses remain committed in delivering their best in serving patients.
I said, despite we are not having so many nurses, right? They still we measure how good they are by people dying, and they are still as good as West Malaysia. It means that they work so much harder. But I mean, I met the community nurses in Belaga. They are very happy there, big nice clinic, and I was so impressed, and I think they have they also have. I mean, the people work together as a team, and the team is good together, right? You really enjoy,
He said this when speaking at the International Midwives Day Conference 2023 at DRIER Hotel earlier on Friday. Dr. Sim, who is also Sarawak's Minister of Public Health, emphasized the importance of improving the ratio of nurses to patients in Sarawak. He told specifically that one nurse equals to 242 people and called for greater autonomy in the hiring of healthcare professionals in the near future. He said that if the power to hire were delegated to the state government, then it would be easier to attract and retain qualified professionals.
A tailored workforce provides employment supply chain capabilities in Sarawak's emerging sectors. Thereby, Centre for Technology Sarawak, Centex, is providing a platform to aid Sarawakian youth to venture into the said industries, equipping them with skills needed through the Hydrogen and Tech Safari 3.0.
The program is a joint collaboration with Sarawak Multimedia Authority (SMA) and Sarawak Digital Economy Corporation (SDEC).
The Hydrogen and Tech Safari 3.0 will be starting in Centex Lundu and 9 other locations throughout Sarawak, including Serayan, Betong, MUKAH, Bintulu, Miri, Lawas, Kapit, Semerahan, and Kuching will serve as its last destination. The primary audience for this program is the current Form 5 students, school leavers, and university graduates from various fields and the local community. We expect more than 500 participants for each of the safari locations.
He said this when met at the Hydrogen and Tech Safari 3.0 press conference held at the LCDA Tower in Kuching on Friday. In addition, Saga noted the intention is to boost the technology skill level of the workforce to create a literate generation that has a positive influence and strives to contribute to Sarawak's economy.
Through Hydrogen and Tech Safari 3.0, MEITD and Centex develop a platform to share advancement in science and technology on all sides for the transformation of the green technology industry to increase the green tech knowledge of the youth in Sarawak. The intention is to boost the technology skill level of the workforce to create a literate generation that has a positive influence and strives to contribute to Sarawak's economy.
Meanwhile, Saga also stressed that his ministry, through Centex, is committed in supporting the achievement of the Sarawak 2030 vision with government support and collaboration with strategic partners and industries.
The construction works of the new Lawas Airport in Sundar is expected to commence this year. Lawas MP Datuk Henry Sumagung said the new airport will have 800 metres long runway, longer than the present ones. The new airport is necessary to accommodate the influx of tourists and help boost the economic activities in the northern region of Sarawak.
Jadi syukur dan berterima kasih kepada pihak kerja yang sudah pun mempertimbangkan dan meluluskan sebuah lapangan terbang baru di Lawas yang pada awalnya untuk menggantikan lapangan terbang yang sedia ada yang kecil yang lalu kena banjir. Diluluskan sebuah lapangan terbang yang dikatakan kenaikan taraf seperti di mana 1,500 meter. Tetapi kita di Lawas memandangkan keperluan masa depan. Kita minta pada awalnya 2,500 meter. Cukup kalau sepenuhnya sudah diusahakan cukup untuk ini.
He said the preliminary work is expected to begin in the middle of this year once completing the land surveying and acquisition.
Jadi setakat ini sudah pun diambil, disukat, dikenal pasti dan diambil tanah yang terlibat dengan papasan sudah pun dibayar. Dan tidak lama lagi diberitahu dalam tempoh yang singkat, mungkin pertengahan tahun, kerja awalan fasa pertama akan dapat bermula dengan kerja-kerja tanah fasa pertama.
He said this when met by the reporters after the inauguration of Nubalaya Festival organised by Lun Bawang Sarawak Association PLBS Limbang branch in Batunia on Friday. The existing short takeoff and landing airport, Stolport, has been operating since 1961. Despite a subsequent upgrade in 1996, the Stolport continues to experience certain issues such as flooding and could not cope with the increased number of passengers. Coming up right after the break, unity government to serve full term and one dead after 6.5 magnitude earthquake hits Japan right here on TVS Nightline. Stay tuned. Welcome back. Prime Minister Dato Sri Anwar Ibrahim reiterated his confidence that the unity government under his leadership will last up till the next general election and continue to govern the country.
Ini tak apa kalau dia ada, tunggu masa Parlimen, bawa lah SG. Ni usul di Parlimen, tak ada masalah. Ini dia tiap minggu ni dia jadi macam mengigau mingguan. Sebelum raya, sebelum puasa, sebelum raya, selepas raya, sebelum raya haji, sebelum Taipusam, Chinese New Year. Tunggulah sebelum, tapi insya-Allah kita keadaan perpaduan kekal penuh sehingga pilihan raya yang akan datang. I am very confident. Otherwise I wouldn't say this.
He said this in response to opposition leader Datuk Sri Hamzah Zainuddin's claim that he has a statutory declaration SD to support him as the new Prime Minister. The Prime Minister explained further that if the Larut MP really has the support as claimed, he could bring it to motion during parliamentary sessions. Meanwhile, the opposition parties are advised to implement the right institutional approach should there exist an obsession to overthrow the unity government. University Technology Mara political analyst Mujibu Abdul Muiz said such method, though permissible, is considered unethical as the people would be dragged to the ballot box once more.
Dan kedua, kalau perlu ia dilakukan dan ada justifikasi tertentu dan juga tata cara yang membolehkan ini dilakukan, ia perlu dilakukan mengikut saluran yang betul. Memandangkan mengikut perundangan, kerajaan hanya boleh ditumbangkan dengan undi tidak percaya di Parlimen, di mana kalau ianya berlaku, maka sudah tentu tidak ada halangan sama ada satu, Perdana Menteri itu menyembahkan sembah takzim kepada Tuanku Agong bagi membuka laluan kepada pembubaran Parlimen dan seterusnya membawa kepada pilihan raya yang saya rasa ini kalau ia berlaku masih lagi tidak dianggap sebagai sesuatu yang bermoral oleh rakyat walaupun.
He added a new political culture needs to be implemented by all parties to stabilize the national political scenario to which the opposition party can be professional in giving positive inputs to ensure a profound check and balance.
Ini mungkin perlu adalah dalam budaya politik baru kita yang saya rasa masih lagi jauh daripada jangkauan kita dan saya berharap pengundi di luar sana nanti perlu jadi lebih bijak dan kritikal lah dalam memilih bagi memastikan kita tidak mengulang perkara-perkara ini di masa depan.
He said this when contacted by TVS on Friday. Adding further, he also hoped that the existing government should continue to govern until the next term and focus on its core responsibility in serving the people. Former Prime Minister Tun Dr. Mahathir Mohamad filed a 150 million ringgit lawsuit against Prime Minister Anwar Ibrahim over alleged defamatory comments the PM made in a speech during PKR's Congress on March 18th. Mahathir is also seeking a public apology from Anwar.
Dr. Mahathir cited Anwar's speech at the event titled Congress Nasional Khas Malaysia Madani, Pelaksanaan Sebuah Idealisme at Stadium Melawati, Shah Alam. According to Dr. Mahathir, Anwar's remarks were clearly referring to him as he had been Prime Minister twice for 22 years and 22 months in his 2 terms. Dr. Mahathir claimed Anwar had alleged that he purportedly discussed issues concerning Malaysians only after losing power. He also listed Anwar's other allegations as purportedly including suggestions that he was racist and encouraging racial division. He claimed that Anwar's used the word scoundrel allegedly to label him. Dr. Mahathir claims Anwar's remarks suggested that he had billions in wealth and had evaded or not paid his taxes and that he had enriched his family. He, however, denied all of these remarks by Anwar as untrue. Mahathir's counsel from law practice of Rafiq filed the writ of summons at the High Court in Shah Alam 2 days ago. The case is now set for review and management on May 31st before the court.
23 Malaysian Anti-Corruption Commission MACC personnel have been subjected to disciplinary action for misconduct, including dismissal from 2020 to 2022. MACC Complaints Committee Chairman Datuk Dr. Asariah Mior Shaharuddin said among the offences committed included negligence, absenteeism and engaging in criminal activities.
Speaking to the media, she said that among the total number, 10 personnel were dismissed for being involved in criminal activities, and that a majority of those subjected to disciplinary action were personnel who had been in office for less than 10 years. According to Asariah, the committee, which is one of the 5 independent committees established by the MACC Act 2009, is responsible for monitoring the manner in which MACC handles non-criminal complaints against its personnel. In addition, the committee also acts to identify weaknesses in works procedures and matters related to complaints and suggestions for improvement. She added that MACC has drawn the MACC Anti-Corruption Plan 2021 till 2025 and the MACC Code of Ethics and Conduct, as well as the implementation of integrity strengthening programs. It also established the Internal Affairs Division last year to investigate cases involving personnel under the MACC Act 2009. She further said the MACC has also taken serious steps to ensure that the Commission is free illicit substances.
The announcement of the low-cost company, AirAsia, connecting direct flights services from Kuching to Jakarta and Jakarta to Kuching starting June 15th will contribute to the tourism industry as a whole. Chairman of the Sarawak Tourism Board, Denise Ngau, said the new route will also contribute to the influx of Indonesian visitors to Sarawak, especially in the health sector.
Kita memang sudah maklum sekarang ini begitu ramai daripada Kalimantan, Pontianak khususnya ke Kuching untuk mendapat rawatan daripada klinik, hospital, health center yang ada di Kuching dengan angka yang cukup besar yang terus dapat menyumbang kepada ekonomi negeri Sarawak. So dengan adanya flight daripada Bandaraya Jakarta ke Kuching akan lebih memberi pilihan yang senang untuk mereka yang ingin ke Kuching dalam urusan mendapat rawatan. Begitu juga bagi mereka yang hanya mau datang melancong ataupun melawat Sarawak dan khususnya Bandaraya Kuching.
Previously, AirAsia in a statement said Jakarta is the second city in ASEAN to be connected with Sarawak by the company. Meanwhile, Dennis informed that STB also held series of promotions to neighboring countries pertaining to the facilities offered by private hospitals in Kuching in accordance with their health needs.
The facilities yang kita ada di Sarawak, Kuching is world class, and ini telah berjaya menarik perhatian mereka-mereka yang golongan termampu untuk datang ke Kuching dan mendapatkan rawatan yang bermutu tinggi yang ditawarkan oleh pihak-pihak hospital dan klinik yang ada di Sarawak. Kita akan terus di pihak STB akan terus mempergiatkan aktiviti promosi ini khususnya di Bandaraya Jakarta supaya kita dapat menawarkan perkhidmatan yang ada di bumi Sarawak kepada mereka yang ada di Bandaraya Jakarta khususnya dan di Indonesia secara amnya.
Dennis said it is the Sarawak government's vision to achieve the target of 3 million tourists to Sarawak, as well as to witness the increase in demand for the health sector in the state. Previously, Minister of Tourism, Creative Industry and Performing Arts Sarawak Dato Sri Abdul Karim Rahman Hamzah stated that the target was based on the performance and trends of the tourism industry for the year 2022.
Now on to some global news. An earthquake with a magnitude of 6.5 struck off Japan's western prefecture Ishikawa on Friday, killing one and leaving at least 22 others injured. No tsunami warning was issued following the quake, as Japanese authorities warned of subsequent aftershocks. In an emergency news conference, Japanese Chief Cabinet Secretary Hirokazu Matsuno said the government was working to respond to the quake and said that no reports of damage to electricity, gas and water supply services, including the nuclear power plant in the area and its surrounding. The quake led to the suspension of some train lines and warned of the possibility of another quake with level 6 strength occurring over the next week. Preparations were underway inside and outside Buckingham Palace in London on Friday as the clock counted down to King Charles' coronation. As royal staff prepares the palace and a growing media circus, as well as royal fans camped out, expectation was building for Saturday's display of pomp and ceremony.
Roads were cordoned off and police conducted security checks on London streets on Friday in preparation for King Charles' coronation. The event is expected to see large crowds line the streets of the city and heads of state from around the world attend the formal ceremony.
I personally, I'm very lucky to get the experience of the excitement, at the same time learning about the traditional history of Great Britain, that we have new crown.
I come here from Vancouver, especially for this coronation event. I really like it. Today is my second day to come here. I really want to feel it, to get the atmosphere. I come here especially.
You know, I came to the Queen's lay and stay and her funeral. So this, in essence, is my royal trilogy, part 3 of my royal trilogy. So I had to come to support the new king, and yeah, it's just really exciting, and the atmosphere.
For the coronation, Charles and his wife Camilla, who will also be crowned Queen during the ceremony, will break with tradition and travel from Buckingham Palace to London's Westminster Abbey in a modern Diamond Jubilee stagecoach made to commemorate his mother's 60th year on the throne. The coronation, whose origins date back 1,000 years, will be the biggest ceremonial event since that stage for Charles' mother, Queen Elizabeth, in 1953, with a display of pageantry and a huge military procession.
See the world closer with TVS as we bring you the latest news updates both locally and internationally. For more headlines anytime, anywhere, just head on to our official website at tvstv.my or follow us on our social media platforms. And that wraps it up for TVS Nightline. I'm Shara Abang Mansour. Salam Shawwal and thank you for watching.